The knocking ended. The MOU was the knocking. They were knocking the door. Once the door was opened from inside, that was the end of the MOU. In the government, remember Ruto saying, I will never have an MOU.
You'll never have a handshake with Raila.
Yes. And that was, say, the Raila Uhuru handshake was the final for this nation. What is he doing with them now?
What the president is doing, what Raila Odinga's experts are doing. Recently, Sifuna was so vocal in the Senate, asking the broad-based government does not exist. What's happening?
This thing, when I told you Ruto will not be in power by the month of April, some people, they want to dispute that, say that it didn't happen. But if you look critically, who is ruling the nation? Is it Ruto or Raila? It is Raila controlling everything. He has his cabinet inside, he has his men inside, and also the Uhuru people are inside. We have Mutahi Kagwe, we have Kafogo, we have Lee, we have the other guys from ODM, that is the treasury guy. Bandi and many other who are in the system of they have taken prime ministries. Look here, Mutahi Kagwe is the minister for
agriculture.
Kapogo is the minister for ICT. And Lee
Kinyanjui, is it public?
Something like public service. He's the one who's running the public service. Then go to the other guys from ODM. We have
Treasury,
Energy. Yeah. So they have taken utility.
And the blue economy.
The blue economy. They have taken the utility ministries. Who is in control? Is it Ruto or Raila? When you need a budget, who does it? Badi. Who is that? You saw the other day, Raila was visited by Chinese ambassador, who flanked Raila in that meeting, in a private office. It is Badi, the minister who is supposed to be with the president. He chose to be with a normal citizen of the country, just an ordinary citizen of the country. Then they went to the private office to do a governmental assignment, accompanied by a minister. Meaning, a minister, this minister is royal to this gentleman than the one who purports to employ. Are you getting me now? Therefore, what is happening for many people thought that I would have expected that Ruto to go home, Ruto to be removed. Yes, it is a strategic move. That is why, see, I told you, Ari, Junet Mohammed were for the handshake, for the document that was signed. But Sifuna was against, and is still against, the document. But where was the document signed? In whose office? This document was signed in the office of Sifuna. Yes, go get your record straight. The drafters, it was drafted in the office of Sifuna, then taken down there at the KICC for the signing. The drafter is Sifuna and Hassan Omar. They're the one who drafted. But since the drafting, even before the drafting, after the drafting, and after the signing, still this guy, the drafter, is still fighting it. Are you seeing some logics there? Then the Junet, who was for, they went mute. They left the other team, the lieutenants, now Kina Orengo, Kina Sifuna, to do the jargon. Continue fighting, disorganize these people completely until they are completely worn out. What they didn't want to confront Ruto directly by getting maandamano here because they were hurting people, because they were hurting the economy, and they just changed the Machiavellian style of movement. Raila got inside. That was an agreement. Before Raila came to sign this document, they met with Uhuru in Malindi.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember? And then Uhuru was given an assignment, you be outside, wacha niingie ndani. Then once Raila got inside, he has made sure that Ruto is not making a single move. He's now no development. What Ruto is fighting, if he's not in Narok trying to quell something, he is in Luoland trying to speak about a story and then hit by a shoe. Are you getting me? So you see the vulnerability of the Ruto government, the Ruto system. They are firefighting. They were even sent now. They were organized, well organized, go to Central and they tried to quench. And the Central, it was like, you see how the patterns in Central, they were three. The pattern of Nyandarua was not the pattern of Muranga, and the pattern of Muranga was not the pattern of what? Mount Kenya East.
Yeah.
There were four different patterns. The patterns of the Embu people, the Meru people were the same. The pattern of Nyeri was a different one. And the pattern of Nyandarua Muranga was a different one. When they went to Muranga, there were no much scuffles. But when they went to Nyandarua, it was volatile. When they went to Nyeri, the same thing, volatile, happened. They went to Meru, one part they were accepted, one part they were not respected. Why? It was a strategic move. There were people who were dispatched before this Ruto came in, and people were told to eat the money because money was there. A lot of money was spent. And the people were told to go and eat. Don't spare this man. Eat, because it will be eaten anyway by somebody. So the whole scenario from the ground, they discovered it was a hoodwink. And even the person they really thought that was with them was Wamatangi. When they came to discover Wamatangi was not even with them, he mobilized people to come and eat money. They had to lock him in. Because that was the greatest betrayal.
And graft charges.
Yes, the graft charges. They locked him because the money that was kept in the house was part of the money that was given to go and distribute. So they were going for their money. So that is a scenario that Raila is doing. Raila assignment is to make sure Ruto does not sit down to plan. And they did it from inside. Because they all came, the panelists, the experts in their camp. Because it is no longer the Raila Uhuru doing the planning part. The planning part is not organized from Kenya. The planning part is organized from New York. The people who are running the show, they have even remember the other day, Matiang contracted a company, a PR company, to run him. Who paid for the entire project? It was paid, but it's a project. Money has been placed somewhere. This is the money that you're going to use. We know this. They know. Uhuru knows that Raila is deep pocketed, and the Uhuru they have money, and the Mois they have money. So Ruto knows even if he says that he was going to use money to buy people, these are the guys, they have money to buy people. So that one is well known. So what they didn't go for jargonism of doing those combatant politics, but inside destructive politics, destroying the house from inside, while Uhuru organizing the other house from outside. That is why, say, Jubilee was moving to Kisii, Jubilee was moving on, these Kioni people, and the organization. Also, there is a party coming for Matiang'i. It will be having either a motorbike as a symbol or an umbrella as a symbol. That's what they'll be using, something that can touch, because Ruto came with a wheelbarrow. They're going to come up with something similar, either a bridge
that the poor can relate to.
That a poor, because the same script, Ruto, the same script of attracting the poor, that is what they are going to come with. And then these parties were going to come together. The Wamunyoros, the Karonsos, then they are going to sit on a round table meeting, then subdivide themselves among themselves, who's to become this, who to become this, where utakuwa hii, utakuwa hii. Then once they do that, they will come with their money and they create a euphoric, and then we will have a Kibaki moment, Matiang'i tosha.
Now, before tufika hapo kwa sura ya Matiang'i and all this panel, do you feel that the broad-based, the MOU will reach 2027?
No, the MOU purpose ended with the signing. It ended with the signing because they wanted just Ruto afungue mlango. The knocking ended. The MOU was the knocking. They were knocking the door. Once the door was opened from inside, that was the end of the MOU. That's the time.
So their main agenda was to infiltrate Ruto's camp,
to get into the
and
camp.
start eating his camp from inside.
Yeah, and they have destroyed it completely. Ruto is not existing. Whoever that says Ruto is the president, that's ceremonial. Do you remember the proverbial thing that is Joseph and the king? When he interpreted the king said, had it not for the protocols, I could even given you my seat. Had it not for the protocols, because now you cannot unseat the current president. The ruling president is Raila, as we are talking now.
And all thanks to the infiltration and his treasury and his team of experts.
Yes.
Now, another big question is, if you look from the flip side of this, many are claiming it is actually Ruto who is destroying all DM, the other vice versa. Because, number one, since the MOU, ODM has been divided. They are no longer speaking in unison. They are no longer speaking the way Raila is like back then.
If the Raila you know, because I know you know Raila very well, will anybody anywhere be able to withstand against the plans of Raila in the name of Sifuna, and then he will be in the office tomorrow? According to how you know Raila, and the goons and everybody around him. Will anybody of the stature of Sifuna go publicly to try to contradict the boss? Just answer that question alone. It will answer you everything.
So if
Sifuna ni kainsi. It's like in Kikuyu we call it the kare kanaruka hivi. It's a small thing.
Yeah.
Ni sisimizi. In front of the eyes of Raila and the brigade Raila that has, that will fight you center, left, right if you try to fight Raila. And this man, day and night, he's fighting the boss, and he's still seated on that seat as Secretary General. And do you think now Raila is not in it?
But we have seen several ODM legislatures lecturing them.
They are walking out. The strategic point was, we will enter. I told you when we began the interview that they created two teams. One team that is pro the signing,
pro MOU,
and one that is against the MOU. This that was against the MOU was to fasten to make this MOU extradited, move faster. Because Raila was telling Ruto, angalia watu wangu wameanza kupiga kelele, leta hii kitu to sign. But the team came from Karen together. Then it is split. One used Ngong Road, another one used Thika Road, the
Langata Road.
The Langata Road. But it's the same, from the same poto. And the poto here is Raila. Now Sifuna was told, your work is to fight this thing relentlessly. That's the work of Akina what's it called this?
Orengo.
the experts in the Raila.
Mbadi.
Yeah.
There is
This
Mbadi.
lawyer. This lawyer.
Wandai, kuna Oparanya.
That group. The insiders. Otiende Omolo.
Otiende Omolo.
The Otiende Omolo. Those are the people who organized this team. You will go this, and these are going to go this. We are going to be neutral. Once we enter, those that are going to enter the pro MOU, once they enter, they shut, they stopped talking. Do you ever hear nowadays Junet Mohammed is very silent. You will think that he is abroad.
He's actually defending the MOU mostly and defending Ruto.
Yes, mostly, because that's the team that was signed for that job.
Actually, Opio and I recently, I was watching his public statement and he said, comparing to, like, trying to compare Ruto and Gachagua, he was given an opportunity to vote. He would vote for Ruto 20 times.
Yes. That's the time that was pro, the team that was pro, that is supposed to keep
Ruto
feel that these people are not fighting you. It was a very deliberate, strategic move that has worked. Now there is another part, akina Sifuna, akina Orengo, akina Nyang' Nyong'o. Those are akina the governor, this lady governor, Wanga. Now they are on the other side now. For them is now their work is to fight. Then this work team of fighting is going to become bigger and bigger. Now, akina Oparanya, the group that is defending, wataenda wakilala chini, as this team is taking root. So it is this team that will ask Raila to come out. Yes. This team, Yakina Sifuna, they're the ones who are going to tell Raila, this thing will not work, has not worked, it is not in our favor, we must come out and strategize. We are losing our face, and the ODM is breaking, and Raila will tell Ruto, watu wangu wamekata.
Actually, there is an MP was already started the narrative. The Saboti MP Caleb Amisi recently said it's high time for the president, for Raila to come out and say his stance, whether he's in the government or not.
Yes.
Because people are already leaving ODM.
Yeah. You see what Orengo said? After Orengo said whatever he said, Raila came and defended Orengo. Why did he defend Orengo? Orengo is a mastermind. Orengo is one of the people that cannot be, nobody can come and say that Orengo is not supposed to be here. That is a game plan. And this game plan is not a Raila game plan. It is an Uhuru game plan. And this game plan was to remove Ruto, to destroy Ruto from inside completely and take the government away from him. Because all what the Uhuru family needs is protection of their properties and interests. Or any other people that are behind the systematic moves, it's about protection. And they have achieved it. They have made it. They are in the government. Remember Ruto saying, I will never have an MOU.
You'll never have a handshake with Raila.
Yes. And that was to say, the Raila Uhuru handshake was the final for this nation. What is he doing with them now?